versus fear. Hey there, this is Dawn Grant, your mental trainer and hypnotherapist. And it is the month of February, and so I'm talking about love. But I'm also talking about fear. Love versus fear. Now we hear all sorts of stuff about love. We hear and see things about love in the month of February, cards and gifts and dating sites and all of this stuff about love. We hear it all the time. Now some people even still don't really know what is love. They're not really quite sure of if they feel love or not, if they are in love or not. But there's tons of talk about love. But is there really much talk about fear? I mean, there is fear, tons of it going on actually. We have fear of whether or not we're going to be able to make our mortgage payments. We have fear about whether or not I'm going to be able to keep my job, if my relationship or marriage will survive, the fear of what would happen if it didn't survive. We have fear of death even. All sorts of fears. But we're talking a ton more about love than we are about fear. And the problem is there's a lot more fear going around. Because fear is what contributes to stress. And we all hear about stress, and we all know about what stress feels like. So for the month of February, I'm going to be taking a look at love versus fear. And helping you to be able to recognize when you are in a loving place versus a fearful place. When you're coming from love versus when you're coming from fear. And I remember several years ago, somebody had said to me, when you're having a difficult time making a decision, ask yourself 2 questions. And it's going to help you to make this really tough decision. The first question is, how would fear decide this decision? What choice would fear make? And then you take some time and you think about, okay, so if I'm fear or if I'm fearful, what would that look like? What would that feel like? And let me see, how would fear make this choice or make this decision? And you kind of register that information. You let it settle in. You absorb it, get familiar with it. And then I want you to ask yourself a second question. How would love decide? So faced with this really challenging, difficult choice or question, decision that has to be made, pretend for a moment that you are love, or that you are in a very loving place, or that you are just full of love. And you can pretend then that you are love. And you would contemplate for a moment, how would love make this decision? How would love decide? You let that kind of absorb for a moment. And then you think, okay, so there's a very distinct difference here. How would fear decide? How would love decide? How would fear make this choice? How would love make this choice? And then you do the third thing. And the third thing is to go with how would love decide. Go with it. And don't let fear hold you back from going with how love would make that choice and that decision. 99.9% of the time, it will be the right decision, the best decision for yourself and whoever else is involved. So go with how love would choose or how love would decide. And when you practice this, you actually start to see that there's a really big difference between how fear would decide and how love would decide. And you can see that you've probably been making a lot of your decisions from fear. And then you can catch yourself moving forward. Am I in fear or am I in love? And I want you to be in love. And in love with everything, yourself and everything about your life and the people in your life. And you can actually really live this way. It's healthier, it's more empowering, it's stronger. There's so much more success and joy and health when you experience and are living in love. So in order to help you to live this way, I'm making new products all through the month of February to help you to experience greater love and less fear. So every new product, when it comes out, I offer a 25% discount off of that product. You can buy it right off my website, which is dawngrant.com, and they are instant downloads, so you can immediately get to work on experiencing greater love in your life. As you know, with hypnosis, it'll help you and kind of catapult you forward in the change that you're looking to make. And this change for the month of February is experiencing greater love. Passion, admiration, respect, all sorts of really great words that go along with love. So all month long, go to my website, and even after the month of February, because there's themes every single month with new products coming out and discounts in that first week when they're new. So I've enjoyed teaching you about love versus fear. I hope to help you to experience greater love. And in the meantime, enjoy living.